been in these streets for a little bit, right? Been in these streets for a little while, and I'm telling you, it's been, the pool has had poop floating in it, and there's been some sewage. There's
It's a
little,
cesspool. It's
what I'm
a
saying? Like there's some
cesspool,
process,
honey.
something in there. I'm not really sure what that is. Like there's all kind of things in there. So, to answer your question, I have had encounters with men who have vibrated low. Either it's like I'm not available. What I noticed is that a lot of men are like nonchalant and not emotionally available, or there's certain things that they can't give. They're avoidant. They're insecure. It's just all the things, right?
Before we move on, Tiara, I have a question for you that you mentioned. Okay. You
Yeah.
mentioned women dealing with low functioning men to get their bills paid, get rent paid, all this other stuff. So, do you think that low functioning men will attract low functioning women? Are women low
Yeah.
functioning for entertaining those type of men?
What is that? What is saying? They say you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. That's the saying? I agree with that. I think, it's so funny because I think we attract everything. I think if we are light, then we attract a little bit of everything. It's kind of like what you entertain. What do you entertain? Right? I think that ultimately just tells it's the telltale sign of who you are and where you are, because you might attract high vibrating or high functioning women, but just not be in a place to catch them and fumble that bag. So, I've seen that a whole lot too.
Listen, that was a word, okay? Because I felt like some men fumbled me because they weren't in the place to receive me, honey. So,
Girl,
Dr.
me too.
Alicia,
Me too, girl. Me
listen,
too.
okay, listen. Maybe we'll meet some high functioning men at ABNC this year since we're all going. Maybe. So, Dr. Alicia, I want to ask you, okay, do you think that relationships serve a container between the two people for healing? Because Dr. Cheyenne did also mention that in that clip that your unhealed self is going to show up and their unhealed self is going to show up, and how both of you, two of you, manage that is going to determine the strength of your relationship. What are your thoughts on that?
I absolutely agree with that. You pick the perfect person to be with you in a relationship with you so that you can learn a certain lesson. You can't make the wrong choice. There is a lesson to be learned with any type of relationship that you in. If you think back on relationships that you've had in the past, and I'm sorry, I don't think because a relationship has ended, that doesn't mean it was a failure. If we shouldn't look at ending a relationship as a failure. It's just ended. What's a failure is all the, I guess we want to say, low vibrational things make it more of a failure. But there's current relationships right now where there's all this low functioning happening and it's a complete failure, right? Even though they're still together. So I think we need to get out of just because a relationship has ended, it's a failure. You've learned your lesson. Maybe you're supposed to be with this person so that you can grow and learn. And I think it's so great because what Dr. Bryant is saying, she's elevating the conversation. She's saying these high functioning individuals, they can regulate their emotions. They're interested in personal growth, because not one time she said, listen, I'm not perfect and I'm okay with understanding other people's perfection. That's realistic because all of us have baggage that we bring into our relationship. You can't see it because mine is in the closet.